All right. I had the chance to be at the Ace Theater and see the reading of the script, and it was a strange and kind of unique sensation because we felt like it was a birth of the rebirth of a movie. I don't know how you want to call it. And how was it for you guys?
That's exactly what it was, because nobody knew at that point that he was going to make the movie, because he was angry because the script got out somehow and somewhere, and he wasn't going to make the picture. And when we did the thing at the theater, I think that's when he decided, well, you know what, maybe I'm going to go ahead and do it. I'm going to make this movie. So what you saw was the moment where he decided that he was going to make the film, which was what I was hoping for. I was glad to just do the stage thing. I was happy to be there. I'm no stage actor. I don't want to be, and it's uncomfortable for me. But I was hoping that it would create that, and it did.
I think he discovered during that it must be a movie because you guys got it. And if you get it and we're just sitting there reading it, it excited him. He's excited every day about anything. He'll be excited about eating a hot dog. But I mean, it's just that something happened that night between you and us and him that said, no, I'm letting myself down if I don't make this as a movie.
Watching a Tarantino movie, it's unique. I mean, there's no one like him for the audience member, for the movie lover. Is it the same for you guys as actors? Is it something unique also?
Yeah, of course.
In which way?
It's I said earlier, it's a joke, but if you can get, post-traumatic syndrome from being in a film, that's what happens after Quentin. I mean, when the movie was over, I was in shock for like a couple of weeks. I couldn't believe it was actually over. And then when I started on another movie, I felt like I had been demoted. It's like I was back in some sort of no man's land. And it's a place where you go where you're surrounded by the best of the best that there can be. I got this guy next to me, who's been worked with, the people I most admired that caused me to even think of being an actor. Now I'm in it with him. I'm back with Quentin. It was a tremendously memorable experience, and it's going to be awful hard to top it. I don't know if it will ever happen, unless I go back with him again.
That's an option.
Of all the people I've worked with in my career, I've met two people that had equal presence to him. And I was excited when I first came to Hollywood. Mr. Kazan allowed me to come after 3 years. And I realized how lucky I was that I still got to work with the legends. He doesn't know, but to me, the minute I saw him on the stage in this movie, and I'd seen him in other movies, I loved him with the Tiger and Down on Brusco, or walking into the nightclub or whatever it was. I mean, there was a presence there. He was bigger than the Tiger because you don't know what he's up to.
That's always the same, monsieur. And by the way, this is 25 years ago now. You were working on Reservoir Dogs, something like that. Has it changed? Has the relationship that you had with him changed?
I'm amazed that much time has gone by. It's kind of mind-boggling. But I think we got when I did Reservoir Dogs, I was really young and naive, and I was very, very, very self-obsessed in a strange way. I had so much angst and so many emotional hang-ups. It was just ridiculous. I didn't know what I was doing, and I had hardly any communication with Quentin. I didn't know how to relate to people. I'm socially really inept, but by the time I got to this one, I've become able to be a lot more communicative with other people, and including him. So we had a better time together, and a more collaborative time together, probably than either one of the other films I did with him.
I think the exciting thing to me about him is the fact that back from where he started, let's say, and for me it was Reservoir Dogs because I wasn't sure about the other things, like nobody's been sure in my career since I began. But the thing that I loved the most was you could see that there was an underlying tension of uncomfortableness. And now, years later, he's just said, screw it. I'm just going to be me. And the uncomfortableness of him is now a part of his demeanor. And what makes him brilliant because of that, he allows the camera to see what's in his soul, which is sometimes I'm scared and I'm not sure.
Would you say that it is also Quentin Tarantino most? Of course, it's a western. It's a grandiose western. It's also a thriller or a mystery movie or horror movie. But it's also his most political movies. There's a subversive layer on it. And would you agree on that? Do you see that?
I don't know if subversive is a good word, but you know, I hate to politicize anything, you know, especially nowadays with, you know, the internet and the media and the, you know, reality TV and all this gangrene that's going on, you know, around us. But you know, you can look at the movie politically. Sure, it's easy to do that because of the theme of it. But then again, you can look at it and it's not that at all. It's just it's a great cowboy film. I think it's really up to. No, there's not going to be a universal opinion of it. There's going to be different bunches of people who have different opinions about the movie.
My feeling is that this particular guy, Quentin, loves more than anything else in his entire life, forget just the movie life, and because he's a little bit suspicious. So therefore, every character he ever writes is the following thing. Just what might he be up to? You know what I mean? And that's what excites him to make movies, his investigation of that process. Who are you? Who are you really? You know what I mean? And that's what makes it fun. Because he's having fun discovering what he wrote coming out of somebody else's mouth. But he's cast you because he sees what he wrote on the page and he sees you bringing that to his movie. So if I were to use a terrible phrase for him, he's the greatest chemist in the history of the cinema because he puts ingredients together that work.
So true. Merci beaucoup.
He's today's Enrico Fermi.